Hi, this is Kristen, and I want to introduce you to 1503 Old Orchard Street, West Harrison, New York. It is a really amazing property, and I want to show you what caught my attention originally. I get this email. It's not our listing, but I get this email, and I took one look at the cliffs and the water and the trees around it and that home, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that looks beautiful. I love that. I'm a nature nut. Anyway, I saw that and I thought, oh, I wonder what that's all about. So I read it and it got even more interesting the more I read. The Strauss estate, it is really history in the making, because it's down near New York City, owned by the Macy's family and then the Hearst family. And I think the cool thing that really caught my attention was the privacy. And I want to show you what I mean by that. Do you see the yellow line? That interior thing is the actual property you're buying, but it's surrounded by acres and acres of conservation land, which happens to be fenced. So here's the thing. The inner property, which is what you're buying, 7.9 acres, has no fence around it. So you can just freely walk all over these 55 acres, but nobody else can, because again, it's fenced. So although I can't say you're buying 55 acres, because you're not, in effect, you're buying the privacy and the magicalness of 55 acres, and yet it's so close to New York City. So anyway, when I got reading this and I saw all the things about it, I thought, oh, I want to get involved. It was too magical and it was too fascinating. So I called the listing agent and I asked for permission to market it. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm bringing it to your attention because somebody's going to need to see this. Somebody is going to find this to be perfect for them. Now, the property itself, the main house, let me get the close-up for you. That house is gutted. It's about 14,000 square foot, and it's right down to the studs. Supposedly the electricity and water are intact, but you're really starting with either the bones to remake it the way it was, and there's a lot of history to it. So in one sense, it'd be kind of a shame to destroy that. I mean, some people have talked about tearing it to the ground and starting completely over again. But there's like a 2,000, actually, he wasn't sure on the square footage, but the ballroom, for example, has 50-foot ceilings. And so the basic outline is got history, all over it, if that is of interest to you. But let me give you a little bit of information on it. And again, that water that you are seeing in the foreground, that is so pure. They did testing on it, and you could bottle that. They actually somebody wanted to put a bottling company in there, but they don't want, zoning didn't want so much traffic coming in and out. So if you want to talk about privacy and safety and a retreat, if you ever did have, an epidemic or pandemic, I should say, like this again, you've got your own bottled water. You've got stunning, those cliffs right there. I mean, that's gorgeous. He was saying, he says, no joke, it's like walking into Jurassic Park when you walk on the grounds. And I thought, I get that. I can see how that's like that. And again, surrounded by trees, it's just amazing. But again, back to the facts, so that you have an idea of what's involved. So 14,000 square foot and 75-foot cliffs overlooking the spring. Now, there is a pool area for a infinity pool. It's already been dug, and it's for a 60-foot infinity pool. But the thing is, what happened was it's owned by a consulate. There's a divorce situation, and everything kind of just came to a halt. So the 1,300-square-foot cottage, for example, that's also already on the property, they had finished the floor of that, but they hadn't gotten any farther, and when all the work came to a halt. So there's other structures on the property. The stables, for example, he said would probably need to just be torn down due to the condition they're in. There's another caretaker's cottage it's structurally sound, but he said it would just need to be completely refurbished and updated. So I think the things that also fascinated me was how close it is. I mean, it's a 7-minute drive to the Valhalla and the North White Plains train station, 12 minutes to the Westchester County Airport. It's 6 minutes from the local Ritz-Carlton. It's really conveniently located, 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes, more likely more like an hour and 15 minutes to get to New York City, to Manhattan. But you're close to everything. If you have a business there, or you need to be involved regularly with New York City, and yet you want the privacy of living out here, you're not going to find a property like this very often. This kind of privacy, with it already fenced, in all this beauty around you, and the stability of having the water like that, you could turn this into a magical place. I love this, and I want to be involved. You can do showings. It's safe to do them. We can get on the property with social distancing and the proper safety precautions. We can go see this. And I'm looking for an excuse to go see this, by the way. So if any of you want to see this, by all means, let me know. I think that's about it. You'll see that they had it at a higher price. They've got it basically half price right now. They want to sell it. They want to sell it. And so you need to make a cash offer. It's going to be something that a regular bank's not going to finance. And I think that's it. I just think it'd be a lot of fun. And it'd be my absolute pleasure to go down there and show that to you. Even though I'm from Central New York, I would just have so much fun going down and being involved with this property. So if you have any interest yourself, or your friends, would like to see this, by all means, let me know, because you can have your own little piece of heaven, a sanctuary out in the middle of nowhere, and yet be close to everything. So I think that's it. If you have any questions, give me a call, 315-695-6434, and you have a great day.